Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Pitt's basketball head coach, Pitt Community College basketball's head coach, Darrick Mullins. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Brandon. Great to speak with you.
Thank you. Can you tell me about how you got started coaching basketball?
I got coached uh, the coaching profession after returning from back home. Actually started in 1991 as a volunteer basketball coach at my alma mater, North Pitt High School, class of '86 under Greg Ashorn at that time. We're out in the community that we bumped into each other. He was like, "Hey man, why don't you come back and give back to your alma mater? I'm down there coaching." So I took him up on the opportunity in a volunteer role for about 7 seasons.
Can you talk about your experience so far at Pitt coaching for the basketball team?
Well, sure, absolutely. Next year we'll be entering our 10th season at Pitt Community College. The role has been interesting uphill climb, but in 2008 I joined the staff as an assistant coach under head coach Chad Reynolds. At that time, he had been doing director of basketball operations at East Carolina University under Bill Harrion. And at that time, Coach Harrion moved on, and Coach Reynolds took over at the helm at Pitt and brought me on as an assistant. But in 2010, he resigned, and I took over as the interim head coach before having to re-interview, go back through the hiring process, and officially taking over in 2010, the second half of the season.
What are some of your accomplishments that you've achieved at Pitt Community College?
Well, I think one of our biggest accomplishments over the 10-year span has been improving the academic component of our student athletes. When I officially took over, I think the GPA was at a 1.19. We've had a steady uptick each season. Some mediocre, but right now I think this has finished with 2 point GPA overall. So over the last 9 seasons, we've, like I said, seen a tremendous uptick, and I would put that at the top of the list. And then the second is one, just being able to position at Pitt Community College, the 6th largest community college in the state of North Carolina. Bowles sits at the top of my list as well. And then I think the third component would be the support from my family and my staff. I've also been able to watch my son come through Pitt Community College, work with me 2.5 seasons before moving on, and now he's an assistant coach at the University of Mount Olive. And my daughter, who's been around, she's a kinesiology student at UNC Greensboro. And then my wife works on campus as well. So it's been a family component. And then the fourth piece would be having student athletes move on and graduate. That has been probably one of the major accomplishment that I hold dear, true and dear to my heart. That's our student athletes, man. When they walk across that stage at the completion of 2 seasons at Pitt, that's probably one of the biggest, because I don't have the luxury of keeping students on campus 4 years, as some 4-year institutions do. We get them for 2 years, 3 at the max, and what we try to do in that time frame is push them, one, to graduate, and then we can assist them with obtaining an opportunity to play on further in their career, then we're all for that as well. So, and then the last thing, I think our record speaks for itself. You can't hide a lot of things in the 5th stage of where I talk about winning and losing. I think our program has been on an uphill climb. The culture has been built, meaning that everything that we set out to do, we've accomplished. I think in 2019, everything kind of hit its peak. As it pertains to being able to participate in the 2019 Division II Nationals out in Danville, Illinois, first time in school history for the basketball program. So we've been steady chopping away, brick by brick, building the foundation, and what we've done is starting to see a lot of fruits, fruits of our labor, because like I said, we've been sowing seeds for a mighty long time.
Can you talk about the experience when you were in the Division II tournament?
Well, it was totally it was different, but it was a good different. One, had never heard of Danville, Illinois. That was number one. Two, but they did a great job of hosting. Extremely long bus ride, but it was a great experience away from home. Being in North Carolina for time, some guys had been out of the state. So overall, it was a great experience. They did a great job of hosting. Of course, you can't lose any games going into the championship game and expect to win the National Junior College Athletic Association Division II title. So we were able to go 1-2 during our time out there. So that was a huge accomplishment, not only getting there, but actually being able to win a game against some top-notch competition, being the top 16 in the country. So that in itself, man, will always go down as a huge memoir in our history books.
Can you talk about your personal experience coaching with your son?
Man, that's my guy. My son has epitomizes greatness. I talked to him about his last name, making it mean something, give back, and go make it in the kids' lives, whether it be through coaching or whatever that he decided to choose. It wasn't forced upon him. That's something that he chose to do. I'm extremely proud as a father, number one. And then as a coach, that's the icing on the cake. But we're extremely proud of him, his mother and his sister, his grandparents. Everybody's extremely proud of him. But having them on staff for that short time frame of 2.5 years was good. It was good for him. It was good for me. But at the same time, it was time for him to spread his wings. It was also time to release him and let him go and partake on some other things out here. But I tell you what, that kid has a bright future in coaching. And anybody that hires him or staff he's on, they know what type of kid he's getting. He's been raised with. He's going to work hard, and he's going to give everything he got. But one thing about it, he's going to keep those kids and the coaching staff and the administration at the forefront of everything that he does. So we're extremely proud. I was glad to have him a part of the staff. It also brought joy to my heart to see him go and grow.
Can you talk about the recruitment process at Pitt and how you recruit players?
I recruit players in 3 phases, except this year it's been totally different with the COVID-19 bringing everything to a halt mid-March right after we finished our region tournament at North Carolina West, and I was having to do some things different as they started to pass these different sanctions on recruitment, banning on-campus and off-campus recruitment. But over the last 9 seasons, we do it in 3 phases. We always look at the local talent here in Pitt County at our 6 high schools, about guys looking forward to guys that's graduating. And then we look at some young upcoming talent that's coming through. Hopefully that we can keep an eye on, have them on our radar. Then we move regionally. And that means any county outside of Pitt County, we start to target those kids, start looking for opportunity at the next level. And then tier 3 is we go national. We may take a transfer, we may take a kid that's looking to move to North Carolina and take a shot on the JUCO level to see if they can enhance their opportunity academically and athletically, and then we'll try to push them on as well. So we do it locally, regionally, and we reach out nationally. And, we are part of the map when we're recruiting. It's a 24/7 job. That is a lifeline. That is how you going to maintain in this business. And over the last season, that's bode well for us. It may not work for everybody, but one thing about it, Pitt Community College and myself, my staff, we're always on the hunt for players. 1, can get better. 2, that's looking for opportunity, and not afraid to test the JUCO scenery, and then move forward from there. So that's how we do it, and that's worked well for us.
How has it affected you with the coronavirus recruitment-wise?
Well, still talking to you about the program, talking to kids about the program. Only thing that's happened is a lot of them don't get a chance to actually touch the campus now. But the biggest thing for us is that we were out early and often during the season. So a lot of those late night drives, traveling to high schools and watching kids play, paid off for us early. We was able to get 9 of our 10 commitments early on, right after the pandemic hit and COVID-19. So we're ahead of the game. We like our class. I think it's should be an exciting season once we all get back together. We try to talk to them at least 2 to 4 times out the month about just things that's going on. Some of them are finally graduating. We got a couple that's going to graduate this weekend. So they're graduating from their local, their respective high schools right now. So basically, the only thing that has changed for us is just more texting, more Zoom, and then, like I said, more phone calls as it pertains to the recruiting piece. But as soon as the NCAA and the NJCAA allows us to get back at it, man, we look forward to it and ready to go. But it's been a little bit different for everybody.
What advice would you give upcoming college recruits wanting to go into the JUCO level?
One, show it some respect. Junior college basketball is not as easy as people think. If it was, everybody would be doing it. So that's number one. I've been in this thing 10 years. We played probably one of the toughest regions in the country, outside of maybe Hutch and a couple others. Region 10 basketball is at the forefront. We have put ourselves in a position to have 2 bids to the national tournaments year in and year out. That's due to our regional rep, Lynn Harsel, who's at Pitt Community College. So he's worked hard at putting us out there, and it's our job to maintain those bids. So one would be respect the JUCO level. It's not easy as people think. 2, commit to working every single day on your craft, not texting, but actually getting in the gym and putting in some work. And third would be, don't skip the process. Do not try to skip the process. It is a long and tedious grind if you want to be good and excel at being great in the game of basketball. There are no shortcuts in life nor to success. And then concentrate on your academics. There's 2 ways that a lot of times you fall into junior athletics. One is probably going to be academics, don't have the grades, non-qualifier, and then athletically. You might have opportunity to play on a higher level. In some cases, all same athletically would be number 2. So between academics and athletically, JUCO may be the route, but like I said, it all reverts back to the first rule: respect the junior college ranks.
Where can my listeners find you at, Coach Mullins, on social media?
I don't have a lot of platforms right now. You can find me at Darrick Mullins on Twitter, and you can also follow PCC Men's Basketball. My director of basketball operations, Miss Kalisha James. You can find her as well on Twitter, and she's probably on a couple other platforms that I'm not currently on. I'm old school, what they call OG. So I just kind of believe in grinding the old-fashioned way, but I'm moving more towards the millennial aspect now with these different social media platforms. But right now, the biggest place to find me is at Twitter. Any question, concern, comments, any way we can help any coaches or players and parents as well about navigating playing intercollegiate sports on any platform is more than welcome, and we'll help anybody that we can.
Thank you for your interview today, Coach Mullins. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find us at YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Mullins, for your interview.
Brandon, thank you for reaching out. Stay safe. Be blessed.
Thank you.